The median sales price in Fort Mill, South Carolina just went from $615 to $519. That's down 16% in a single year. Now, you probably saw this number on Zillow at 11 p.m. and you're probably thinking that Fort Mill is having a crash. It's not. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening here, because if you're planning to move here from New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, this summer might be the best window you have in a few years. Hey, I'm Rummy. I've been in the industry for more than 25 years. I lead a team right here, your real estate experts. In 2021, I did the exact same thing most of my clients are terrified of. I sold up north, packed up my family, and moved here from New York to Fort Mill, South Carolina. 5 years later, we are rooted. So when I read you these numbers, I'm not just reading them as an analyst, I'm reading them as someone who made this move and watched it work. This is your Fort Mill market update through August 7th, 2026, built on the official MLS data. So let's get right into it. Now, the first one that we're going to look at is going to be, here's the headline that everyone is going to watch out for and get wrong. So let's do this right. In June, median sale price was $519, down 15% from $615 last June. Okay. Year to date, the median sale price is $500, down 6% from last year. But the average sale price is $590. Okay, that's $590, only down 4.1%. So why the huge gap between those two numbers? More homes are selling with an affordable price range than last year. More townhouses, more homes under 500 changing hands. And that pulls the median price down with when individuals' home value aren't falling anywhere near that much. So here is the real numbers, and here's a number that proves it. Sellers are still getting 97% of their original asking price. That is not what a crash looks like. In a crash, that number falls off the cliff. 97% means well-priced homes are still selling close to the full asking price. So when I sold in New York in 2021, I remember obsessing over the headline numbers and almost missing the real story. Don't do that here. The real story is Fort Mill isn't getting cheaper because it's falling. The entire point for Fort Mill has become more accessible. For a relocation family, that's the opposite of a bad news. On more data point, the average list price of what's coming on the market is about $655,000, up 18%. Sellers of bigger, newer homes are still listing with confidence. The higher end didn't go anywhere. All right, so let's go into the second one. So second big story, it's going to be there are 512 homes for sale in Fort Mill right now, up almost 20% from a year ago. New listings are up 7.6 year to date. That's 1,328 homes have hit the market this year. Okay, month of supply is about 3.8, up from 3.3. For content, under 4 months of supplies is still technically a seller's market. 5 to 6 months is a balanced market. So Fort Mill is moving forward with balance. Buyers finally have leverage, options, and time to think. 2 years ago, my relocation clients were writing offers on Facebook from a New Jersey kitchen with 25 minutes to decide. Today, you can fly down here, tour the Massey, waterfront, Catawba, and the River Chase in one weekend, sleep on it, and still have homes to choose from on a Monday morning. The demand didn't disappear. Pending sales are up 2.6%, as you can see right here. Closing sales are up 3.3% in June. Buyers are still buying. They're just doing it on their own timeline. Your timeline and your terms. Okay, let's talk about segment number 2. So how fast are homes actually selling? The average home that sold in June went under contract in 39 days, up, as you can see, from 35 days from last year. Year to date, now what you have is about 48 days. And if you count homes that were relisted, cumulative time on the market are around 50 to about 60 days on the market. So call it roughly about 6 to 8 weeks for a typical sales. And here's the nuisance that the average hides. The market has split into two. The turnkey homes updated and staged and priced right are still moving in a couple of weeks. Homes that are dated or priced of 2025 comps are the ones that's sitting from 60 days to 70 days to 80 days and dragging their average up. The market isn't slowing down, and you can see this right in this diagram right here. All right, so let's go into the mortgage rates. What is happening in the mortgage industry right now? Rates are in the 30-year fix between holding steady in the middle six, roughly about 6.6. I had a client this week that locked in one with a good credit for 6.25, another one actually today locked in for 6.5. But the roughly it's between 6.63 and 6.69 over the stretch. So no sudden changes. Just steady stability and honest stability is underrated. Buyers can finally plan. Quick napkin math on this. So if you have a home on $500,000 with 20% down at 6.65, you're around $2,570 on a month in a principal and interest. If you're coming from Westchester or Bergen County, run that against your current payment and your property tax. That's your property tax bill. That's usually the moment the move stops being a dream and becoming a spreadsheet decisions. I watched that moment happen at my own kitchen tables. And if the rates dip later, you can refinance anytime. You can't refinance the prices because the prices again are moving up, and the prices are not negotiable right now. And the prices are more negotiable right now than there have been in years. Rates are average for this period and is currently changing. Ideally, I'll always run your exact number with our lenders. Okay, now let's talk about the Fort Mill School District. So now the Fort Mill X factor is school. Fort Mill Schools District is the reason half of my relocation clients pick this town before they ever visit here, and so did I and our family. And the market price is in. Homes zoned to the more in-demand schools, such as those in Nation Ford's school zones, are commanding at 15 to 20% premium over comparable homes out of the zone areas. So I know 11 p.m. school district panic personally. That's why my wife and me in 2021 and 3 kids comparing ranking were barely understood. 5 years later, schools, sports, friends, and my kids found all of them here. So when you ask me whether the premium is worth it, I'm not guessing. I'm watching my own family cash the checks. Strategy notes: if you are flexible, the premium cut both ways. Buyers just outside the hot zones can save you real money. Selling inside is your biggest price leverage. So if you're buying, especially relocating from the Northeast, this is the most buyer-friendly Fort Mill market in years. 20% more inventory, medium prices that come down to earth, sellers are negotiating, and time to actually think. Windows like this don't announce when they will be closed. So if you're selling, you can absolutely still win. June sellers got 97% of asking, but 2024 playlist is dead with almost about 512 homes competing. Price it right on the day one and present turnkey isn't an option anymore. Increase the price by 5% and you'll join the 70-day listing that help fund your neighbor's move. Okay, here's how I take the risk out of both sides. Every sale I take on is a sold guarantee. Your home sold or I sell it for free. Need certainties instead? I can get you a verified cash offer within 24 hours through our express offer, and we can close within little as 11 days. Your timeline, your terms, and I take the risk so you don't have to. If you want my full report and relocation package with all the numbers plus the neighborhood by neighborhood breakdown, comment Fort Mill below and I'll send it to you. Thinking about making the move from New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut? Call me or text me at our number below or contact information. Been where you're at. Thinking about the move from New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut? Call and text me below. You have my contact information. I've been where you are. I know how this ends, and it ends well. For your real estate experts, never give up, and I see you on the next one.